Hey guys, welcome to the Fandom Fusion podcast. I'm Lauren. Today's episode is going to be a little bit of a general one, just talking about the plans for the future for this account and some of the new things that I've made for this account to promote it. It's not really going to be about a specific fandom today, so I do apologize if you're looking forward to that. But yeah, I just feel as though I need to cover just what the plan is for the future and what where I'm gonna go with this, because I'm enjoying it so far, so I definitely want to carry on with it. So yeah, today we're literally just going to be covering the future for the Fandom Fusion podcast. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to anyone who has come back and watched multiple of my videos, or maybe even this is the first one that you've watched, who's subscribed, who's liked, who's commented, who's interacted in any way, because it does mean a lot to me. I do this because I enjoy it, and I know I don't have like loads and loads of people watching, but the people that do, I really, really appreciate you, and I just want to say a big thank you because although a lot of other YouTube channels are getting thousands and thousands of views, I'm happy with my level because I know the people watching it actually want to watch it. Um, so yeah, I just want to say a really, really big thank you. In terms of the new things that I've been doing with this account, I've made a TikTok page where I post a summary of each of the episodes. So let's say, for example, you're a big fan of Spies of Forever from my last episode, and you went on my TikTok or even on my Instagram, which is the same as it's just Fandom Fusion Podcast, all lowercase. And you just wanted to know a little bit of a brief summary of what that episode includes, what it's about, if there's any guests or anything like that, then you can just go on my TikTok or my Instagram and just look at that. That will also, anytime I post an episode like the one I'm posting today, I will post almost immediately or the same day. Um, so if you see that there's a notification that I posted on TikTok or Instagram, that means that I have put out a new video. As I said, I have a TikTok and an Instagram now. I did try and link them in the past video when I brought them up, but I have to like verify the link, and it's like it's so confusing. And to be honest with you, I'm not really sure how to do it. I'll look into it again this time and see if I can do it. So if the links are in the description, then they're in the description. If they're not, I'm sorry. But like I said, it's literally just the same username on TikTok and Instagram. They're all themed the same way, which is the same theme that my channel has, which is sort of like the baby pink and the black text. So they'll be easy to find. I don't know if there's other accounts with the same name or anything like that. I don't think there is, but if there is, then it'll stick out for you guys to find. So for my plan for the future, I know that I'm meeting up with one of my friends next Thursday, which is Ella, who was on the Minecraft episode. I'm not really sure if we're going to be filming an episode that day. I'm not really sure what the plan is or what we're doing, but we might be filming an episode that day. We need to decide on what the theme is or what the fandom is. I know that Ella's in a lot of fandoms that I'm not. So we could either do one that I'm in, where she asks me questions about it, one that we're both in, or one that just she's in. I'm not 100% certain that we'll be filming a podcast episode, but I know that she will definitely be making another appearance on the account at some point. Hopefully Caitlin will, hopefully Jodie will, hopefully my friend Hannah will as well, because I really want to do an episode with her. I think that'll be a very fun episode. Me and her always spoke about starting a podcast, and so now that I've started one, I think it's only right that I get her on for a guest. And we like very similar video games, so I feel as though we could talk about that, or even YouTube channels, to be honest with you. Um, so yeah, in terms of the plan for the future, just bringing on a few more guests. I do enjoy the solo episodes, but I feel like it's not the same as having like a guest on and asking them questions. I do enjoy it, but it's really, really not the same. And I like having my friends on. It's nice to include them into it. And so, yeah, hopefully there'll be a lot more guest appearances in the future. I think for me, I've covered the fandoms that I'm really a big part of, like Star Kid, Hamilton, Marvel, Tin Can Bros. I feel as though I've really done all I can for those. And so having my friends on who are parts of different fandoms, I think that'll allow me to expand the account and include a lot more fandoms that I wouldn't have been able to with my own knowledge because I've covered all the ones that I know really, really well. I do apologize for this episode just sort of being a random one out there, but I knew that I needed to post and I wanted to keep that up. But I also just wanted to make an episode just to cover all of these points because I feel as though some of my videos are very unplanned and unorganized. So I wanted to just explain what the future is going to be and what I'm going to do with this account. I don't want to give up on it because I have, or I had, sorry, some editing accounts that I was like really dedicated to for a while, and then the views started dropping, and I just sort of gave up. I feel as though that's different with this channel and the fact that it's out onto YouTube and hopefully onto Spotify soon. I'm still working on that. My first episode is out there on Spotify, so you can go listen to that if you want. But in terms of posting all the others, I just need to figure out how to download them and sort them out. Um, One thing I will say is that I'm trying to work on having a little bit better of an intro. Maybe something that comes on the screen at the start of the episode, or maybe an outro at the end. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do with that, but I just feel as though the start and the end just being like instantly into the video. I do want to change that. I want to make it a little bit more varied, a little bit more professional looking. Obviously, I'm not working with like crazy, amazing camera equipment, but I do have a better camera on this phone now than I did when I started. So hopefully that does help. My setup isn't exactly perfect or professional in any way at all, but it's the best I can do for now. Obviously, as you know, I work through quite a few different places that I wanted to film from. I've settled on this one just because I think I like, the background and everything like that, and the light coming in from the window is really nice. And I just quite like this. This is more comfortable, me being able to stand up and film instead of just being like sat on my bed. That wasn't like a very good situation. Obviously, you've got to start somewhere, but I'm glad now that I've changed that, I've improved that, and I've got a space where I feel a bit better. This is definitely going to be my solo filming space because I feel as though I could have someone here, but it could be quite cramped. So I'd probably go back to when I was filming in the window with having like two or three people. I think that space is like a little bit more. It's more spacious. So it's a little bit more comfortable for everyone to be in that. I don't want my friends to feel cramped answering questions into a microphone because you know it's an odd concept in the first place. But yeah, so there'll be a lot more happening with this channel in the future, and I really need to work on that. Obviously, I'm balancing sort of like college work, applying for jobs, and all that, as well as the podcast, and having a break for myself a little bit as well. But at the minute, I'm off for Easter, so I'm gonna try my hardest to get the intros and the outros sorted during this time off. I don't think they'll take me too long, but just figuring out exactly what I want to do with those is something that I need to figure out because I haven't done that as of yet. I've got an idea in my mind, don't get me wrong, but it's not set that yeah, I want this, I want that. I definitely want to go with the theme and I want it to be interesting because like I said, I don't just want all my videos just being jumping straight into the video. Um but yeah, I hope you guys understand about the reasoning for this episode because it is very, very random. But I just felt as though it needed to happen. I wanted to get my upload out there. So, and I've just covered everything that I wanted to. So yeah, hopefully you will see some better improvements in the future. As always, make sure to comment any fandoms that you want me to cover at all. It doesn't mean to say that I have to have a friend on. I can do my own research into those and talk about those and almost make my own questions. That leads on to my final point. But my plan is that I'm going to start posting on my stories, especially on Instagram, because I know there's that poll or that type in feature on the stories. So it would be like, what fandoms do you guys want me to cover next? And then I'll allow everybody to type in their suggestions and then I'll plan my future episodes based on those because it's good and all like me doing the ones that I'm a fan of, But obviously having my friends on and also everybody else's suggestions, I think then I would feel better making content for other people than just like basically sharing my own opinion about things that I'm a fan of. So yeah, hopefully hopefully you guys will interact with those on Instagram. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, and as always, like and subscribe, please. And I will see you guys next episode. Bye.